Yeah, we've been getting some snow. That's the shop. You know, none of the snow is sticking on the roof, so it just comes right off. Same with the house, except for that upper section there. I stuck a snow stop across it because the ice dam was coming off of that and busting the lower roof. So the greenhouse. So I gotta punch our trail back in, but I gotta use my snowshoes because I don't have a machine that'll go through the woods in this kind of snow. Once I get out to the swamp and I can pretty much full throttle it, then I can go pretty good, get up on step, travel a lot easier. Kind of assessing the damage. We got a lot of snow from yesterday morning till early this morning. Right now it's raining, so you see right there the broken birch branch. This tree's got a broken top. That one there, broken right there. So those are nice. Those are nice live, fairly young, you know, birch trees. This one's actually, we really like this tree because we stuck one of our swallow boxes on it, and it was the first one to get action. So unfortunately, when the tops break, that leaves a broken top, and that collects water, and then they'll rot, you know, from the top down. That water will just slowly work its way down. Eventually it'll start growing mushrooms on the tree, and you won't even see it walking through the woods, you know, at eye level, or even, you know, a little bit ahead of you. But it happens. And then it becomes more of a hazard, you know, get those things called widow makers. But yeah, so I got my little trusty little single nut steel MS 251, my trail saw. It's actually, I use this saw more than any saw right now because it's, I don't know, I've been beating the crap out of it trying to see what it'll do, and it just keeps working. So I like it a lot. And you know, single nut, so even if you only got one nut, you can still get the job done. That's my joke. So I got my snowshoes on. There you see them. I got to stomp the trail in with my snowshoes. Take my chainsaw just in case there's some trees in the way across the trail. I could cut them out. So I'll stomp this down with my snowshoes. I'll go down to the swamp and back. You know, I don't know what that, you know, it might be a mile there and back or something. I'm not sure, but. And then I could take a snow machine across it. Pretty easy after I do that. Our tracks on our machines are, I mean, we're lucky if they're 3/4 of an inch. So they just, you know, they're old sleds, and they get us around, but sometimes you gotta modify your conditions a little bit to get them to get you around. So yeah, so far it's not too bad. You know, this is gonna be a long walk with these big feet, but the wet, heavy snow, which is kind of good. All the trees here look like candy canes. They're just bending over. They're bowing. They're all bowing down. So yeah, that's my chore for the day. It doesn't sound like much, but it'll take me a little bit. Here's my first customer, it looks like. So this was already had a broken top. You can kind of see, this is a good one to show you how that works. So I'll zoom it in here. So see, this was all broken from right there was the old top, I bet, is where it broke. And then so the water came down, you know, that broken top, see my hand, you know, it's like this kind of. So the water goes down there and just sits, you know, and it slowly, you know, it takes a while, I'm sure. I don't know how many years, but and it works its way down. And then, so then this is a pretty decent branch right here coming off of it. I try not to make you dizzy with my camera work, but you know, a pretty decent sized branch. All right. I say right there's the tip. You know, 24 feet. And I would say it's probably about 5 inches, you know, at the right there where it broke off. So you can see it's been just hammering this tree, that broken top, you know, it's splitting all out and just taking a beating, you know. Oh, that's more than 5 inches there. Yeah, that's probably closer to 8. But then like you come over here and out of that the dead treeness or whatever, you get these little sucker branches. And I mean, that is a beautiful looking baby birch tree growing off of this dead, you know, this dead tall stump, I guess I would call it, or something. I don't know, but yeah. So I may just take this whole thing down. I think for now though, just 'cause cutting wood, and you know, trying to keep it clean in this kind of snow is almost impossible. So I think for now I'll just trim all this up out of my trail. So yeah, I guess while we're here, we're yakety yakking, and I'm showing you guys what I do. I got a product review for you, not just for my single nut MS251, bam, but this handy dandy tool here. So let me tell you about this. They make a tool for these chainsaws, and we call it a scrinch, or a chainsaw tool, and it's a little kind of nickel colored metal. It's got 2-size socket, big one, little one, and then a flathead screwdriver generally coming off of it. Sometimes you got them, they come off with that Torx. I think it's a T25 or something, but anyways, I don't know what they cost anymore. They're $6, $7, $8, I don't know. So I would lose about, I don't know, sometimes half a dozen of those things a year, you know, just because they're the same color as this part of this one, right? And I set stuff down like I'm real bad about that. So and then it's gone. So I think it's been 10 years now. I was down in Wasilla at APR Tool Rental, and I used to do all my steel business through them just because a friend of mine worked there. Now he's no longer there, and they're no longer APR, and now I do all my steel chainsaw business with Moore's True Value hardware store in Talkeetna, Alaska, and I won't go to anyone else. But anyways, I bought this. Check this thing out. So right there for the single nut and spark plug, right? And then you got your, look at this. Oh, I'm gonna drop everything here. I'm trying to do this with a freaking cell phone. So then you got your little tiny, it's like a Swiss Army scrinch. So you got your little tiny deal here for if you want or need to adjust how your saw's running. This little guy goes right in there. Also works for, we open it up and you want to turn your oiler up or down. It's got the little Phillips right here. It's got the regular dude, slotted, standard size slotted for, tightening, loosening the chain. And it folds up. This little thing's got a notch in it right there. slides over. See if I can do that. See, oh, boom, like that. This part here, you push this button, and it makes those things stick out. Got this fancy case with probably the strongest Velcro I've ever seen. Got that little side piece. I was using that to pack my file if I'm going to do some serious day cutting all day. You know, I bring my fuel canister, my oil, and my file because I'm about to get busy sometimes. And I don't have time to go back and forth. So anyways, this thing was like 36 bucks 10 years ago, or maybe 38 bucks. I don't know. I think it was closer to $40 than it was to 30. And that's what it took for me to freaking hold on to one of these tools, is to spend a ridiculous amount of money on one. And I think I maybe lost it for a while, but then I found it again. So anyways, product view, still, that's my brand. I love Husqvarna also. I've owned some badass Husqvarna saws. Matter of fact, I have a pretty tough little Husky 440 right now that I was trying to beat up, and it takes a licking, just the same as this 251. So it's a good saw. But I just like the steel. It's like from I grew up in Coos Bay, Oregon, and that's kind of a logging town. And it seemed like, from what I remember, that doesn't mean anything, but it seemed like steel was the saw of choice. But I don't know. Some guys ran Huskies down there too. Anyways, so yeah, I get back to my chores here. Stomp my trail in with my snowshoes and cut anything out of the way. Day after tomorrow, or is it? Yeah, 2 days after tomorrow is Leif's birthday. So day after tomorrow, we're going to try to ski-daddle out of here and spend his birthday down in Willow. So hopefully get this trail punched in, get everything taken care of, batten down the hatches, and we'll be able to get out of here. So yeah, have a nice day.